Hey y'all, welcome back to Coffee, Cameras, and Creativity.
So last episode we talked about our workflow, how we work weddings and elopements from beginning to end. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about work-life relationship balance. Because let's face it, it's not always rainbows and sunshines, but when you learn how to balance it all, it's super beautiful.
Yeah.
And awesome. And fun.
And we make it happen. So let's dive in.
Captain, let's dive right in.
All right, well, let's just jump into a couple questions.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's jump right into them.
All right, babe, would you say working together makes our relationship stronger, or do we just have a very high tolerance of each other?
Do we have a high tolerance of each other? I think we for sure have a tolerance of each other, but I think it helps us. It definitely makes us evolve. It teaches us more about each other and from all crazy angles, from angles that we never even expected it's definitely a positive.
Yeah, it definitely helps teach us about ourselves too.
For sure.
Places we need to, work on and grow on, while also building our relationship and making that stronger and making the foundation even more solid.
Yeah, and I find in some cases how things can overlap. We'll run into certain issues or certain things on the business side that you can translate right into our relationship. And if we XYZ, whatever, and vice versa. I love it.
Me too.
I'm glad you do. Glad you love it.
Otherwise, it would be sad. Okay.
Yeah, we wouldn't have lasted the 2 years for sure, especially in high stress. I don't know. It sounds weird to say high stress, but it is. Weddings are high stress.
Yeah.
Weddings are high pressure. High pressure, high stress.
Business is high stress.
Yeah. Yeah. Owning a business, shooting weddings, and elopements.
And we're both very different people. So I am a Taurus and he is a Leo. So we do have kind of different ideologies and, ideas of how things should be. And we both look at things in a different way.
For sure.
I will say I'm a lot more emotional and he's more just kind of cutthroat and get down to it.
Yeah.
So, that part of our relationship also kind of helps us learn a little bit more about how we can manage things and handle situations.
Definitely.
So I feel like every situation kind of teaches us something new about ourselves.
Yeah, and I'm constantly wanting to pick up certain traits from her as well. She's a lot better at just making friends and communicating with the humans a lot more than I am. I like she said, I can be a lot more just cut off. So that's no bueno because I'm not perfect. So, how dare I be so harsh on people? Not that I'm harsh. I just isolate and hermit is what I do.
You're a Leo. And if you know astrology or you are a fan of zodiac signs and Leos are very hard-headed.
Relax. We can relax.
Well, I'm very stubborn since I'm a Taurus. So, I would say it maybe balances out, but it doesn't. If someone told us years ago we'd be running a business together, would we have believed them? Probably not.
Probably not.
I would have been like, no, I don't see myself, owning a business with someone that, I love and live with. But honestly, looking back, I wouldn't have it any other way at this point.
Yeah. So. I've always imagined starting my own something because I know I didn't have it in me to just continuously listen to somebody or have a boss. You know what I'm saying? I'm just too hard-headed, too rebellious and curious and wanting to do my own thing. And every company that I've worked for, I've always sort of found holes in things that drive me crazy. And I'm just hey, manager person, can we do this? Or this can't, why is this happening? Why? And it's repeating, I'm going insane. Bye. So I've always envisioned myself doing my own little thing in some way, shape or form, but I don't think I imagined us working together, which is when we slipped into it and it happened. That's awesome.
For sure.
That's super awesome. I love that.
And we'll have been going on 3 years in March. So it's crazy to think that we
3 years. 3 years in March for real?
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Nice. Right on. Time just flies. For flies.
Sure. And I think that we've been doing this business for over 2 years too is wild. To think that we met each other, and then it just kind of things just fell into place and, this is what we're doing. And It's working.
Yes, it is working. And there are so many goals and dreams and visions, and there are so many years to go. It's exciting.
What would you say is the biggest challenge, of us, of this dynamic and balancing work life?
Definitely finding fun and remembering to date, remembering to go on dates and spend like actually have like us time instead of, because we're with each other all the time. Pretty much. We edit and work from home, and so it's very easy to just kind of get in this routine on this autopilot mode. Most challenging part that we're still battling. I don't want to call it battling. It's not like a huge...
Just trying to find the time to, have fun while also balancing work, because when you own a business, and especially, a creative business, it's kind of hard to step away from it when there's still stuff to be done, still tasks or admin work that needs to be taken care of. It's
always on the mind. It never leaves the mind. So having some time to split and like truly just have a break from the business and
go out
just
and date and have fun and like explore new places. Like, even if we go hiking, we can make a date out of it, but also kind of tie in location scouting or, looking for new locations for couple sessions, so it's kind of hard to balance that, but at the same time that makes it fun because we can go to new places, experience new things, and learn from each other still.
And we have like concerts. We used to go to quite a bit of music concerts and stuff, and then once business got, once we dove into the business world, we kind of stepped away from that. But just recently we bought a couple tickets to a couple things, so that's like a true separation. So that'll give us some time to just go out and literally forget everything. And because music is the one thing that I think together we have experienced that just separates us, and nothing exists except that moment. It's probably something that everyone goes through, but for me, that's significant. I haven't been a big music person, or I haven't, I've always loved music, of course, but like haven't been to many concerts at all growing up, like she has. And then when I met her, she kind of introduced me into the concert EDM world, and then I've been to the most concerts I've ever been to ever. I think before meeting you, I've probably only been to like maybe two concerts, 2 or 3 or something.
That's still crazy to me to think. Didn't go to that many, and like I kind of lived a different lifestyle, I guess, if you will. Growing up, I went to so many shows and concerts, and music's been my life. So when I met him and found out that he hadn't been to a lot of shows or concerts or music, I had to pull him in and have him experience what my life has been like. And so we went to music festivals. We went to Electric Forest.
That was our first. That was like in the beginning of our relationship too. Pretty early, I want to say, in our relationship. A few months in, and we went to Electric Forest together because if you're
in the EDM scene or like electronic music, Electric Forest is a huge music festival. Also, a lot of jam bands go to. But we got to experience an RV life with a couple of my friends and introduce him into that world, which is so awesome. And then we've been to a couple shows after that, and we've got Ganja White Night coming up in a couple weeks. So if you listen to EDM or you listen to Ganja White Night, you'll know how fun that one is.
For sure. I learned that EDM and ADD match beautifully. I don't know how I haven't come across that before meeting you, Too Heavy, but yeah, it's fantastic. Love it. Want to go to more festivals. And also just like, instead of EDMs also too, but like reggae, I want to go to like reggae fests.
So I was just about to say reggae festivals, and reggae music are such a vibe too.
For sure.
We definitely plan on hitting a reggae festival here at some point.
I want to see Dirty Heads. Have we seen them once?
I think so.
I want to see them again. I would love to see, Sublime if they're hitting.
Stick Figure's up there too.
Stick Figure, love to see them. Yeah, right on. Revolution, all that good stuff. All right, so I've got a fun one. So let's talk about our dynamic a little bit. Who is the organized one, and who is the more organized chaos, if you will?
Well, let's be real. I'm more organized. He's more chaos.
Pure chaos. I know where things are. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those
do you know?
Yes, I do know where things are. I like to call it just organized chaos. Organized chaos. You know what I'm saying? It's like things look messy, but I know where it is, Just ask me where it is. I'll show you.
Okay.
But I definitely envy, is envy the right word? Envy, if I'm
I
like
guess so.
jealous of? Envy?
Yeah.
Definitely envy her organization because I don't understand it at all. I don't know how, I mean, keeping organized and when the people that have just been able to keep a notebook with organized info and highlight different color coordination highlights and all that stuff, I don't know how. I'm the kind of chaotic to where I can write a note on one sheet of paper and then I'm doodling and drawing some things and then I'm like 3 pages in and writing another note. And then when I need info, I need to go back and find all the pages and put things together. But for some reason, my flow, I just know how to, I make it work. I survive. I'm here.
And I question that all the time. I don't understand how he has things organized the way that he does. But luckily it works out for us because I'm way more organized and he's more chaos, but it somehow meshes really well. But whenever we need to figure things out, I'm usually the go-to person because I'm like, oh yeah, this, or oh, this couple, or this is where it is. And he's like, how did you find that? I'm like,
I think it's just where the ADD comes in. And I'm just like, it's just not, whatever's not important, like right now, I'm all good. You can have that. I don't know what it is.
But we help each other out. And I feel like it meshes well with our personalities and our dynamic to make things run smoothly.
Yes.
About a fun one. Like if we weren't wedding creatives, what's another business we'd run together?
I immediately started thinking of in the beginning, before we jumped into like weddings and stuff, the most enjoyable thing that we did, even though we never got much headway with it, because I feel like it's extremely competitive, is music.
For sure.
Shooting shows and festivals. I love doing that.
Yeah, we got to shoot a couple reggae shows, and then we shot Imagine Festival on the media team, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And that could have been a fun little venture, but it's just nothing really panned out from that. And
we've shot several concerts here in Atlanta. We've traveled to like Athens to cover a couple artists that we liked. We just reached out to their team and asked if we could shoot the show, and we did not. I didn't
expect anything back, and they were like, let's do it. I'm like,
we got a lot of yeses from a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because we branded and Chasing Stars Media and had it all put together and I don't know what it was, but we were getting a lot of yeses, and it was awesome. I loved all that. That was a fun little ride. I mean, nothing panned out of it, but who knows? You know, that would be, I feel like that, probably that, and then whatever branches from that.
For sure.
What about you?
Same. I think music. I mean, I don't really know what other type of business we would have done aside from like, you know, music or, I mean, wedding. I don't know. It's like I think about what other options there would be. I
mean, in general, I've always kind of said that all I want to do is I just want to do cool things with some cool people, go through some cool experiences, experience new things, and then we you know, finding out that you can do that with our cameras is awesome. Everybody needs photos and videos and content in some way, so we just have to be our creative business selves and figure out how to meet these connections and peoples and make that happen. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess that's kind of what we're branching into as well. We mainly, or weddings and elopements are our full time, but we are wanting to venture on the side and during our free time and during slow periods when weddings are in slow season. We definitely want to venture out and do some creative things with some cool people and go places and travel and all this stuff. So we're going to figure that out and get that ball rolling.
All right. So next question, who gets distracted the most while editing?
Yeah.
This guy right here.
This guy right here. That comment I made earlier, EDM and ADD, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's who I is. That's who I am. And yeah, that's why I think I mentioned on the first episode, or first or second, whatever, that my editing process, it would have to depend on like my mood and stuff. I definitely have a hard time getting started and just focusing. But once I'm locked in, I'm locked in. Once I get into my zone where I'm locked in on edits, that's where magic happens, and I can just like hammer out some things like it's nobody's business. But big struggle to get there. big struggle to get there.
I mean, sometimes it's hard to get into your editing flow, especially if there's a lot of outside noise or our cats are doing something or there's chaos going on outside, or you're just kind of having a day where, you know, your brain can't really focus on one task.
Yeah.
But it's like once we get into our editing caves, it's game on.
Yeah,
it's
for
game
sure.
over for distractions. But for sure, he is the one that struggles most.
100%. No questions asked. 100%. All right. So what about if we could work from anywhere in the world, where would you work?
Ooh, that's a tricky question because there's a lot of places I would want to go. Maybe, honestly, probably Iceland, Alaska, or Washington.
Interesting. Alaska.
Yeah, I mean, Alaska, like the glaciers, just the beautifulfulness of it.
Yeah.
Because one day we do want to do an elopement in Alaska.
For sure.
Because that would just be incredible. So manifesting that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of just a van and just
Van
traveling
life.
around and working from everywhere. Yeah. Just doing whatever, having no bounds, walls, restrictions, just sort of like doing what as you please.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to choose somewhere, I don't know, maybe like Colorado, Oregon, or just any place really with like a crazy view and trees all around where there's opportunity for it to rain and look awesome and just be in your little cabin or whatever and working from there.
Yeah, Colorado is a top contender because, I mean, who knows? We're going to end up there one day.
100 percentiles. Bring me back to Colorado. Big time.
What is our favorite non-work thing to do together?
Our favorite non-work thing would have to be like hiking and going to music festivals and shows, which we definitely need to make more time to do of. We need to do more of those things.
And now that it's not freezing outside and snowing, we can also go on more hikes.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. We can always location scout and double it up for work and fun, but just in general, frolicking more, just exploring.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the upsides of like shooting weddings and stuff is that a lot of our couples are in other states and stuff, so we have opportunity to just go to random states and places and always make it a mission to like explore and, you know, maybe grab something to eat or check out the city for a little bit before we have to head back.
So I guess final thoughts, working together and living together, you know, it's definitely not as easy as one would think, but we make it work and we honestly wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, once you find that balance, it's a beautiful world.
And I'm super grateful for, you know, our connection and being able to grow and adapt and learn as every day moves forward. And especially with business, like we both learn from each other and, you know, it's helping us grow as individuals and as a couple.
100%. So yeah, if any of you out there are a couple and work together.
Or you're thinking about it.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe you have some advice for us. We'd love to hear it. What are your struggles and challenges? And yeah, we'd love to hear all about it.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments if you have a struggle or if you have some advice. We'd love to know all about it. And we look forward to catching y'all on the next one.
Catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Later.
Thanks for tuning in.